Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Burnout for Nurses podcast. I'm Bonnie Kitahata. I'm your host, and I'm flying solo today. So I thought I'd share a little bit about hosting a travel nurse. A couple of weeks ago, I interviewed a travel nurse, Carmen Ondo. She shared her travel nurse experiences with us. And actually, she was my roommate 2 months, and she had been a roommate a couple of years ago also, and it worked out very well. And so then when she was traveling in this area again, had another nursing assignment, she called me, and of course I welcomed her back to be one of my roommates again. So I have a chapter in one of my books. It's called, so I'm doing a shameless plug here, Breaking Burnout for Nurses, Keep Calm and Nurse On, 50 Strategies for Nurse Burnout Survival. So one of my chapters, I talk about hosting a travel nurse. Just review a little bit that I have in there. You know, if you have an extra room or like an ADU or something, extra space that you've been thinking, maybe I could rent that little room out. You know, you could use the extra cash, and plus you would meet somebody new and have some new experiences that you'll learn from this person. Usually the nurses have about a 13-week assignment. Usually they will want a 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom to themselves instead of having to share. So it's not always the case, but I think they probably prefer that. And they would want it to be furnished with at least probably a bed, a dresser, and a small desk at least, and a closet. Now, those aren't requirements, but they may be your roommate's requirements. So I use a program called FurnishedFinders.com. And so by the name, you can tell the room is furnished, and fill out the information, like what you have available to offer. Is it 1 bedroom with 1 bath, or is it a shared bath? And then everything that you have included to offer, like, kitchen privileges or whole house privileges, or use the backyard, the patio, whatever is that you're offering for them to be able to use. So you just fill out the information, a paragraph of what you would like in a roommate, your requirements, and then what you expect from your roommate and what they would expect from you. For instance, you might say no smoking, no drugs, no drinking, or whatever, no pets. Or you could say, I welcome pets. Or I guess you wouldn't say I welcome drinking, but you might, I don't know. But everybody is so different. And so don't be afraid to include every specific thing, because once you have the roommate, you don't want to be surprised with, they have to play the banjo at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's acceptable as a roommate, then that's fine. But make sure and put everything out in front before you make an agreement to have the roommate, and you'll have much better time. Make sure to include photographs of your room and the location, or even the house. The more photos that you include, the better. And include the area around you, like what's available, or is there grocery shopping and restaurants or places to get food, or what kind of entertainment is nearby? Are there parks nearby, movie theaters, things like that your roommate might be interested in? Make sure and let them know if there are places that they work nearby, like hospitals or wherever the person you're hosting is going to be working. You might want to include how close they are to transportation, like the nearby freeways and the main streets that they're nearby. If there's like a shopping mall or something like that. If there's places to hike or go swimming, or any activities that you might think are appealing to somebody who's going to be renting your room. Some of the roommates that I've had, Furnished Finders, is I've had travel nurses. I had a travel nurse who worked a daytime shift in the operating room. And then I had another nurse who was an ICU nurse, and he worked night shift. So it happened to work out okay. But most of the time when he wasn't here, he was visiting his girlfriend. So I really rarely saw this guy. which was kind of good, And so that worked out fine. And then I also had a pharmacy intern, and he was quite a young guy, and he came with his mom, and his mom wanted to pray in the bedroom. They came to check out my place. I'm renting out a room and with one bathroom available for them. So anyway, the mom came in with him, and she went into the room, my bedroom that I was renting out, into the bedroom and also the bathroom. And she wanted to pray in each room to make sure that it was approved by her spirits. And so I guess fortunately, the bedroom and the bathroom were approved by the spirits. And so then he did end up staying with me for about 6 weeks while he did his pharmacy internship. So that worked out nicely. It was very quiet and very respectful of my place. And so I think he enjoyed it too. Then another roommate that I had was an airline pilot instructor, and he was here for about 2 months, I believe. He was finishing up an extra assignment with a nearby airport, and he was another professional person that stayed with me. And it was it's very interesting because the people that you have as roommates, you end up having a little conversation, and not necessarily that you're hanging out with the person, but you do have some nice conversations. Every once in a while, you have a meal with them, or they'll watch TV with you if that's what you want to do. And so you learn a lot about their lives outside of what they're training for or what their assignment is. So I really enjoy it. You can read more about being a travel nurse host or a host in my book, Breaking Burnout, Keep Calm and Nurse On, 52 Strategies for Burnout Survival. And also you can get some more information about it on my website, www.breakingburnout.com, or you can scan that QR code that I have up there in the corner. Anyway, thank you for visiting me on my solo hosting venture. I will see you next week on Monday. Bye.